helped our clients generate hundreds of thousands of dollars and book them hundreds and hundreds of meetings with small businesses. And in this video, I want to show you how easy it is to get local business clients using my two-step AI small business workflow. So whether you're targeting roofers, plumbers, HVAC, pest control, whatever it may be, I won't hold anything back, and I'll give away all the secrets and everything I know about getting local business clients. So please, full screen this video and watch it all the way through and take notes, because what we're going to go over can change your business forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's how you can get business clients very, very easily in 2025. Again, I'm not going to hold anything back. Let's get right into it. The old way you can do this, or the old way that most people have done this when it comes to getting local business clients, is one of three ways, right? They either had an outbound team, so either cold call or using traditional cold email to book them meetings, and they ran with outbound, or they either tried referrals, which word of mouth basically from one plumber to another plumber, or one roofer to another roofer, or they tried running ads, right? Now, all of these can work. I'm not saying they don't work. They obviously work, but it's not as consistent or as cost effective as this new method that I'm going to show you in this video, right? So the new way you can do this is you can use AI to build targeted lead lists, write extremely relevant and personalized copy. This works very, very well. It's consistent, and it won't cost you as much as ads, and it's not as inconsistent as referrals, right? So the tools you're going to need are Outscraper, SmartLead, Clay, OpenAI, and Debounce. Outscraper to scrape the leads, SmartLead to send out cold emails, Clay to add some AI touch, and OpenAI, Clay and OpenAI to add some AI touch, and Debounce to verify the email. So I'll explain how you can use all these tools first, but I want to kind of give you a preface on a few things to look out for before we actually start this, right? So a few things to look out before we actually start this is sending to info at and contact at emails, right? Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you might be like, Aryan, I scraped the lead list off of Outscraper, and all these local businesses, they have info at emails and contact at emails. You told me not to reach out to them, Aryan. Should I just delete them? But the thing is, sending to these, for this case, are totally fine, because small business owners actually read these, right? It's not like they're not reading these. Small business owners, either office manager or some like the actual owner of the place, will read these info at or contact at emails. So in this case, it's totally fine. It's actually fine. You'll book meetings using or sending out to these info at or contact at emails. It's simple, right? Second thing is pitching a phone call works better than Zoom. And the reason why is because all these small business owners, they're old school, right? They're not really up to date with all the new technology, all the new AI to stuff. So they'd actually prefer a phone call rather than a Zoom. So you should actually instead pitch a phone call. And the way I do this is I'd run a 2-call close. So the first call is like a phone call. You can just qualify them, like a quick 15-minute phone call, ask them like a discovery question. And the second, you can run them through a Zoom or Google Meets, right? Again, you have to think about it from their perspective. Who is your ICP here? Your ICP, your ideal customer, is a small business owner. If they've been in business for like 20, 30 years, they're not going to be like, yeah, let's hop on a Zoom call, man. No, they're more than likely, they prefer a phone call. They like a phone call more. And if you're reaching out to, let's say, remodelers or auto detail or someone like roofing, again, they're on the go 24/7. They have different jobs pop up 24/7. So they'd much rather prefer a phone call first rather than a Zoom call. So that's just two things I want to keep in mind for you, right? So first, let's actually get started with how to do all this. Now that you have that in mind, this is the actual real step. First things first is lead list building. So how does this work, right? You're going to go on outscraper.com and put in your ICP's characteristics. So here's an example of me reaching out to roofers in Dallas, Texas, one of the hottest markets for roofers, by the way. So essentially, you want to go on Outscraper like this, and you want to put in who your ICP is, right? So up here, you can imagine this first search bar up here like a Google search bar, right? For all of you that do SEO or PPC, what would be keywords that Google, that your ICP be ranking for on Google, right? So for me, since I'm targeting roofers, I put roofing contractor, roofer, roofing, roof repair, and I have more here like roof replacement, roof installation, right? And you basically want to treat this like a search bar. You just want to go in there, put in keywords that your ICP would be ranking for, and that way you can pull out those lead lists. Then what you want to do is you want to put in your location. So Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, New York, LA, Miami, whatever it may be, right? So just go in there, put in your ICP's keywords that they be ranking for, as well as the cities, right? Then what you want to do is click on this little button down there where it says email and contact scraper. So just click on that, and that way it'll basically scrape emails for us to reach out to, right? Now, the problem then is that you have to use a verifier. And the reason why you have to use a verifier is most of these databases, only about 50 to 60% of these emails are valid to send out to. So meaning they're valid emails, as in when you send to them, they actually don't bounce, they don't go to spam, they aren't just like invalid emails. From what we found, Outscripper is higher than Apollo. So usually with Apollo, if you use something like Apollo to build lead list, it's about 50 to 60%, right? That the emails are valid. With Outscripper, we actually found this like 60 to 70-ish. So either way, you want to go and use a tool like Debounce. You can also use Million Verifier, but you want to use a tool like Debounce to verify the emails so that you're not reaching out to unvalid emails, right? And then finally, for the step, we're going to use AI to make sure that we're reaching out to the right people to make sure that's a good fit. So for example, if you're reaching out to roofers, roofers could be grouped under general construction or general contractor, a home builder, construction company, etc., right? But if you only want to target roofers, right? We only want to target roofers, but we don't want to target general contractor, we don't want to target home builders, we don't want to target construction companies, we only want to target roofers, right? So we obviously don't want to waste time reaching out to these companies. So how can we make sure that when we build this lead list and we scrape these leads, that the people or the companies that we're reaching out to are only in our ICP? We use AI. And let me show you how. So essentially, you're going to use clay.com. And when you go on clay.com and sync your OpenAI API key, you can essentially score the lead based on how likely it is that they're a good fit. So for example, what you can tell it is you can say, hey, take a look at this company's website and let me know if this is a roofing company. Score the lead from 1 to 10 on how likely it is that they're a roofer and not a general contractor or a construction company, and only output the score itself, right? So what AI is going to do is, imagine you have like a spreadsheet, clay.com is like a spreadsheet or an Excel sheet, and you give it this prompt, it'll go through every single website and it'll score it based on how likely it is that they are a roofer and not a general contractor and not a construction company or whatever else it may be, right? So it'll be like this, like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of whatever, right? So you can essentially, when you get this lead list, when you get a score, you can delete all the ones that are like 6 or 7 and under and keep the ones that are 8 and above, because you know that the 8 and above are very, very likely to be in your ICP, right? So this is how you can essentially filter out your targeting and use AI to your advantage so that you only reach out to roofers, right? Or reach out to your ICP. This works super, super well, and I cannot recommend this more, right? Not only will it give you the best bang out of your buck, because think about it, you won't be wasting time sending to companies that aren't in your ICP, so you'll have more emails to send to good fit companies. And then secondly, your cold email domains, your email accounts itself, it won't land in spam because people won't report it as spam. Because think about it, if you're a roofer, or if you're like a general contractor and you get an email from somebody saying, hey, I saw that you're a roofer, or like we help roofers, you're gonna be like, this is not relevant to me at all. Like, I'm just gonna delete this email. This guy's talking bullshit. I'm gonna delete the email, spam, and then he's gonna mark you as spam, and your cold email domains and your account will be lower, and you will go to spam. But this way, you essentially only reach out to your ICP. So use this. This works very, very well, right? So that does it for lead list building. The second thing now, or the last thing, is offer and copywriting. Now that you've built your lead list, you've filtered out bad, unqualified leads, and you basically narrowed your ICP, here's what you want to do, right? Every industry and every niche, when it comes to offers and copywriting, will have different pain points and desires, but across the board, I found that there's a few commonalities, right? So across the board for all small businesses, whether it's roofers, HVAC, dental clinics, pest control, auto detail companies, landscapers, across the board, they'll have different types of pain points and different types of desires, but like all across the board, they do have a few commonalities that you can use in your cold emails to leverage this, right? So the first thing that you can do is the two things essentially are the threat of competition and more leads. These two things are the two biggest commonalities that you'll have when it comes to pain points for small businesses, right? And we'll get into how you can leverage AI to use this in your cold emails yourself, right? So first, let's start with competition. So the reason why this is the most important, or one of the biggest pain points across the board, is you have to put yourself in their shoes, right? If you are a roofing company that's been there for 20 years, and there's another roofing company down the street that just opened like 3 years ago, and he's stealing your customers, you're gonna be like, I've been in business for 20 years, but this guy that just opened up his company has been stealing my customers, stealing my, my leads essentially. Like, this makes no sense, right? And then you get an email from somebody that says, hey, I know that this company down the street is your competition. We can help you beat them and overtake them so that you can win back your customers. Would you be interested? If you're a roofer and you get an email like that, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm interested. And the reason why it works is because small businesses as a whole, they know their competition. Whether they're a dental clinic, whether they're a roofer, whether they're HVAC, they know the local HVAC clinic, the local dental clinic down the street from them that's their competition, that's stealing their customers. So if you can mention this in your cold email, you will stand out and you will book more meetings. And here's exactly how you do this. So you basically, again, you use Clay. You go to their, you basically tell it to go to their website and just find local competitors in their city or in their area, right? And again, you can steal this prompt. I don't care. You can use this. This works fantastic. This is printed our clients' meetings, right? So you give Clay this prompt, and it will output you something like this, right? It'll output you to competition like Morris Orthodontics, Smile Construction, Harmon Orthodontics, Trusted Smiles, Virginia Family Dentistry, Virginia Orthodontics. This is a dental clinic lead list, and the examples aren't always the best. Like, for example, I don't know why there's a Smile Construction. Well, I guess that could be a dental clinic, now that I think about it. But if you just tweak around with this prompt a little bit, you should be fine. But use this prompt, and then you can essentially leverage this, what you get. This is the competition. You can leverage this as a variable in your cold emails itself. So for example, here's an example of us reaching out to a catering company, right? So we basically send an email, hey, this catering company and this catering company look like the top choices for catering in your area. We'll get you 10 catering events and help you beat your competition. We recently helped this other company do this. Open to hearing how we can help you do the same, right? And this guy said, how does it work? I'm interested, right? So this works really well because, again, you're just leveraging their pains. You're leveraging a desire that they have. And that desire is beating their competition. So every local small business has this threat of competition. So if you can leverage that in the cold emails, you will stand out. You will book more meetings, right? So the easy way to do this is, again, you say, once you get something like this right here, the competitor 1, competitor 2, you can just separate it. You can be like, hey, competitor 1 and competitor 2 look like the top choices for whatever industry that you're targeting according to Google. We can put your offer, then put your case study, and open and learning more. Just steal these scripts, man. Like, these are so easy to use. Steal it. Take it. I don't want it. But competitor 1, competitor 2 look at the top choices. And then here's like an example, right? This is for a client that was targeting septic companies, right? Hey, first name, Dallas Septic and Fort Worth Septic look like the top choices for septic in your area according to Google. Our lead acquisition funnel can help you beat them and become the leading septic company in your city without using referrals. Open and learning more. Again, super easy script, but across all industries. And you saw how we use this for a catering company. We're using this here for a septic. We've used this for roofers. We've used this for dental clinics. We've used this for hot tub repair. We've used this for what industries? We have remodeling. We've used this for so many other industries. This scripts, once you have these variables, like the competitor variables, they work. They just work. It's so good. So use it because this works really well, right? So the second thing is more leads. This is another essentially pain point or niche that is universal across all small businesses, right? So the reason why more leads is important is obviously leads are the lifeline of any business. Everybody wants more leads. But what we're going to do here is essentially use AI to call out a specific lead that they can get. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, if you're a dental clinic that's been around for, let's say, 10 to 15 years, you've quite literally seen it all when it comes to marketing, essentially, right? So you've seen the rise of TikTok. You've seen Google ads, you've seen YouTube, you've seen SEO, you've seen Facebook ads. And when I mean by seen, I mean by, like, you've been pitched these services, right? And you still get pitched these services every single day. You've probably tried it. You've probably been burned, right? So how can you make yourself stand out if you are one of these services? How can you, when you're reaching out to these companies, right? the way you can do this is by calling out a specific type of lead that they desire. So these clinics or these small businesses, they get pitched marketing stuff all the time, right? They get pitched Google Ads all the time. They get pitched SEO all the time. Instead of pitching Google Ads, we're going to pitch a specific type of lead that they can get. So here's what I mean, right? So for this example, what we're doing is we're basically using AI to find a specific type of lead that they desire the most, right? So what we told ChatGPT is that, hey, visit the website of this company and output me a high ticket gig or booking that they want. It could be foundation stabilization, it could be concrete repair. I just want the output to be a service that they offer that is most desirable to them, right? And I just want the output. So essentially, what we're doing here is we're going to their company and we're telling it, hey, find me like a lead that they really want, right? And here's the output that we get: concrete repair, or concrete foundation repair, foundation stabilization, foundation repair, all this stuff, right? So basically outputs us a desirable lead that they want, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to pitch that type of lead in our email. So we're going to say, hey, if we could get you 30 to 60 type of lead without pain point, like we did for case study, would you be interested? So here's how it would read, right? If we could get you 30 to 60 foundation stabilization leads every month without using referrals, would you be interested? This guy said yes. And the reason why this works is, again, you're not pitching them SEO services. You're not pitching them Google ads. You're pitching them the end result that your SEO services or Google ads or Facebook ads could get them, right? And specifically, you're pitching them a desirable type of lead that they could get by working with you. Do you see how powerful this is? Because for every single company, this is personalized. Every single company, this is personalized, right? AI has gone through their website and found what it thinks is the most desirable type of lead. So when you pitch this, it'll be extremely relevant to them. And they'll be like, yes, I want that type of lead. Yes, give me, how can I get that type of lead? I've been wanting more leads like that. Rather than just saying, we'll rank you number one on Google. We will help you with Google ads. You're going to say, hey, we will get you foundation repair leads. You're speaking their language, and you're pitching them a desire, right? Now, a way you can even add sauce on top of this is essentially, you could be like, hey, if we could get you 30 to 60 type of lead without a pain point, as we did for case study, would you be interested? And in the PS line, if you put something like, hey, PS, this will help you beat X competitor and X competitor who seem to be the top, let's say foundation repair companies in your area. What am I trying to say? If this would help you beat competitor 1 and competitor 2, assume to be the top foundation repair companies in the area. That's all. You could just throw in, basically what I'm trying to say, you could throw in this first line here. You could throw in the competition first line and combine it with this. You could just put it as a PS. That if you do that and you combine both, it prints. It books you so many meetings, right? So that is how you can use copywriting to do this, right? With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it, right? That's how you can basically reach out and get small business clients easily in 2025. So if you found this valuable, please press like and subscribe. And if you're a B2B business and you want someone to help you reach out to local businesses for you and book 5 to 12 qualified calls every single month on a performance basis for you, click the link below. Here's some of the results that we've gotten for some of our other clients. Here's Dubak here closing $13,000 deal, $20,000 deal. Another client closing $11,000 deal. And then Renee, our first digital, closing someone for Google ads and SEO, right? So like and subscribe if you find this valuable. And if you want someone to do this all for you, fully done for you, click the link below and we'll book a time to chat. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.